The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
It's time. It's time for
coffee time.
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 And here is your coffee time crew.
Well, good Monday morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Coffee Time with Blind United. Thank you for joining us again today. As far as interest groups today, actually we only had one interest group for the day, but Dominic is recovering from a medical procedure, so he's unable to do the group today. So if you tune in for that, we won't be there. I'm sorry about that, but he will definitely be back with us next month. So anyway, today in the crew, we got Carol. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, everyone.
And Brother George is joining us this morning. Good morning, George.
Good morning, Vietnam.
And then my brother Pedro back there pushing them buttons.
Good morning, the moon. Nah, just playing. Hey, guys. Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
All right. Well, everybody enjoyed their weekend. We had
Hold on, Mr. Pedro, Miss Carol. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. What's today's date? What's today's, Pedro, Carol?
It is the 21st of April, and I believe that it is someone's birthday.
I think
today.
so. Back it was 1840 something, wasn't it, Mr. Davis? But 57.
no comment.
No, he has all the wisdom, but he's not that old.
Oh, yeah.
Far away, a time long, long ago.
Miss Carol, you want to start it? Happy.
You want to sing it?
Yeah, go for it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Happy birthday
to
you.
Happy birthday.
Happy
to
birthday.
you.
Happy birthday to.
Guys, we're offline.
I know.
We're off beat. We're like across the entire United States.
That is happy
I don't think
birthday.
it's going to make a CD at all.
And make it more memorable now.
But yes, guys, it is.
That is the saddest happy birthday I've ever heard.
If y'all listening, drop a comment. Let's wish Ed a happy birthday. Hit that like. Let's show him that we love him. Show him that we want him to be here for a few more years.
Many more.
Many more years.
Okay. Well, Monica dropped in the comments, happy birthday. Thank you, Monica.
Good morning, Monica.
So,
Mr. Pedro was spinning the wheels this weekend. Did you get me money, or what did you get?
Oh yeah, I gotta put the rest of the videos. Oh no, man. Well, go ahead and start with y'all weekends. I'll tell you mine. Let Carol go first.
For me, actually, let's see. Saturday, I hung out with a couple of friends. We went out and got us a good bite to eat, laughed and loved on each other. And let's see. Yesterday, by being Easter, I put on my bunny ears and walked up to the park and, pushed a couple of kids down. Give me your egg. Stole a couple of. No, I'm teasing. Of course, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I didn't push them down. I just stole their egg. No, but just enjoyed yesterday.
$10 an egg. I'm surprised you didn't get arrested for grand theft.
It could have been. It was an awful big egg. It might have been a potato. They're so expensive nowadays. So I don't know if they were really eggs.
Well, I kind of did the same thing, Miss Carol. Well, Saturday didn't do much, but Sunday they had a little event for kids that were blind, egg hunt. So me and Lulu went, and I was there taking their eggs. They didn't see it, so it's okay. I came home with a lot of eggs.
Wow.
Not really. No, we didn't do nothing. I just stayed home all weekend.
Yeah.
And Pedro, I know Pedro was busy.
Well, I know they did Crush Groove and then 420 yesterday.
Ooh, that was a good day for some people.
Yeah. coughing everywhere.
Well, on Friday, I just hanged out. Saturday, man, we went to eat, but we did win a Crush Groove. I gotta drop a little more videos online, but yeah, I was out there. They had all types of different artists. They had like Little Rob. They had Baby Bash. They had
Oh, he was there? Really?
MC
Oh, wow.
MC Magic. They had a couple of people. The one that says, "Show me how to Dougie. Show me how to Dougie." They were there.
What?
Bone Thugs was there. All five of them.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Then the featured artist was The Game. So it's
Mm-mm.
pretty dope. Pretty dope. I was spinning wheels over there. The Shoe Warehouse was there. K Day was all right there. The wind was blowing, knocking things over. And people were celebrating. People were celebrating their 420 on 419, all in Crush Groove.
They was
So
too high to they was too high to realize it was the day before.
hey, I had a great time because man, I was there and I was like, man, I'm about to do my broccoli session, just and the lady came over and she was like, I was like, man, so I did my thing and she was like, yeah, go ahead and do your, you know what I mean? So I
Of
was like,
course.
man, I was like, cool, so I was, cool, just
We can't do
listening
broccoli in
to the
Texas
show.
yet, so.
And Monica, the one she loved was Redman and Method Man. That's how I forgot to say that it was in the lineup too.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. That was a cool
wow.
show. Heck yeah. How much were the tickets?
Got them for $25.
Damn, that's not bad at all.
Whoa. You can't beat that.
Not for those artists.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
$25, man.
Classic.
We be hunting for the tickets, dog.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
Monica loves her live music. So we
Yeah.
went, had a great time, and stuff like that.
What about you,
Okay.
Ed? What'd you do?
I stayed at home and tried to get more comfortable using my chat GBT.
Wow.
Mm,
Okay.
mm, mm, mm. And then
That's all.
Sunday,
Sunday, I just sat here and chilled by myself and, got my little container in my drawer next to me. And I just sat here and, went up and smoked.
mhm.
I
Yeah,
know Mr. David's getting pretty good with that GPT or GPS, whatever they call it. He's getting really good in that.
Well, I'm just playing with it. I'm trying to get familiar with it. So, on that note, today's articles are all about assistive technology and the blind community. So, let's go ahead and jump into the first one. This one is called The Evolution of Assistive Technology. So, check it out
Today
and
on
we'll talk
Coffee
about it on the other
Time,
side.
the evolution of technology for the blind community, empowering independence. Technology has played a transformative role in the lives of individuals who are blind or visually impaired, providing new avenues for independence, social interaction, and professional development. From the early days of Braille and large print books to the cutting-edge assistive devices available today, the journey of technology in the blind community is a story of progress, innovation, and empowerment. The early days, Braille and basic aids. Long before modern tech, individuals who were blind or visually impaired relied on tools like Braille, the tactile writing system invented by Louis Braille in the 19th century. Braille allowed individuals to read, write, and interact with the world in a way that had never been possible before. The introduction of the Braille typewriter in the early 20th century further enhanced access to printed materials. While Braille remained central to the blind community's access to information, basic aids like canes and early magnifiers were crucial for daily tasks. These tools provided a starting point, but they often fell short of fully empowering people to live independently. The rise of computers and screen readers. The real shift began in the 1980s when personal computers entered the scene. The blind community saw an opportunity to engage with computers like never before. With the advent of screen readers, software that converts text into speech, Individuals who were blind could access a wealth of information online, communicate via email, and perform tasks that were once inaccessible. Programs like JAWS, Job Access with Speech, revolutionized the way blind individuals interacted with computers, enabling them to read and write emails, surf the web, and even use word processors, all through auditory cues. This advancement was a game changer for both personal and professional empowerment. Smartphones, a revolution in accessibility. Fast forward to the 2000s and the introduction of smartphones, particularly Apple's iPhone, took accessibility to an entirely new level. With the built-in VoiceOver screen reader, blind users could navigate their devices, use apps, and communicate more effectively than ever before. The development of accessible apps for navigation, shopping, and communication further enhanced the independence of blind individuals. The tactile interface of smartphones also led to advancements in tactile maps and devices like the BrailleNote Touch, a tablet that incorporates a Braille display to enable users to read and write electronically. This accessibility brought about a revolution in how blind people could manage daily tasks like making appointments, navigating public transport, and staying connected with others. Wearable tech, breaking new ground. Today, the emergence of wearable technologies is another milestone. Products like the Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses are enabling blind individuals to interact with their environment in entirely new ways. Through real-time audio feedback, users can get information about their surroundings, such as faces, signs, and products on shelves. Additionally, smartwatches and other wearable devices now provide access to voice assistants like Siri, Google Assistant, and Alexa, giving blind individuals control over their environment, from adjusting smart home devices to managing their schedules, all without needing to rely on sight. Looking ahead, the future of assistive technology. The future of technology for the blind community holds exciting possibilities. Innovations in artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning are paving the way for even smarter tools. From autonomous vehicles that may one day provide safe transportation to AI-driven navigation apps and enhanced Braille displays, the momentum is building toward a more inclusive world. As technology continues to evolve, the goal is no longer just accessibility, it's seamless integration. Every advancement brings the blind community closer to equal access, opportunity, and independence in every part of life. What do you think has been the most life-changing piece of technology for the blind community? Have you personally used any of the tools we mentioned, or do you have a favorite that didn't make the list? Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
Well, I'm glad that I lost my sight in a time when we have all this technology. I often think about what it would be like, before JAWS, before the iPhone,
Well,
before
Mr.
all these
David,
different apps.
if
Yeah,
you think
George.
about it, when Braille was invented back in 1824 to now, 200 years we're still using that technology, so to speak, right? That way of language. But you're right, like me and you and Carol, we're older. Imagine us being at this time, they say, what, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, even 20 years. Our life would be totally different, right? When it comes to bridging that gap between what we want, what we see and what we touch. So, for example, like a menu, right? We can read it by ourselves now, and people that don't have never encountered that, don't know what we're talking about, that little aha moment, like, oh wow, I can read this menu by myself. I don't have to ask anyone, right? Or read a document or your medicines. What put me into this training position I'm in, to hear those people go, oh wow, that little light bulb, and that's cool. And with technology, especially now with the Ray-Bans, oof, that's another type of technology I love.
Well, and again, that's what, today's all about, how, assistive technology has allowed us to, regain some of our independence. Again, somebody formerly sighted and, not having to stress on any of this to, then losing my sight and then realizing, wait a minute, there's a whole sector of things that now I'm gonna have issues with. It's gonna create barriers in me living an independent life. I mean, number one was going and getting the training, mobility as well as the assistive technology training. But again, now that I have it, you know what I'm saying? It's amazing. I don't know what I would do without it. So
Mhm.
anyway, right quick, Kel, you want to say something on this?
Sure. I was born with retinitis pigmentosa. The doctors had told me, hey, at 20 years old, I'm losing my sight. Glaucoma came about probably, I'm gonna say 15 years ago, and that's what I lost my sight from in 2021. Of course, you hope to live your whole lifetime knowing you have a visual problem, but hoping that you pass with a little sight. So, of course, trying to get off into figuring out, okay, how am I going to navigate this earth without sight? Because no one that I knew was blind. And I didn't want to rely on anyone visual to help me. I'm an independent person, live alone, don't have any children, not married. So it's like just trying to figure out how to manage life without sight. And, of course, there was the Lighthouse for the Blind in Vision Dallas, is what it's called now. But a lot of that wasn't very helpful for me. I'm so grateful to Blind United, and just the classes that are offered. But Braille just wasn't an option for me. I played the bass guitar, so I have calluses on my hands. Not that you can see, but I can't really play with that paper. Of course, the elevator buttons, of course, I can use that because it's a little bit harder, and I can read the numbers on it. But all of this new technology, I was an Android user, so TalkBack was awful for me. And I was trying to get to know it before I lost my sight. Now with the iPhone, the VoiceOver, Siri, all of these applications that are available, I don't know what I would do without any of that. But my cane is what's really given me a little bit more independence of being able to get out and walk among everyone independently, to where I still can function as if I can see, and constantly learning as this AI is evolving. I'm just grateful for all that's out there. I'm like a sponge. I'm soaking it up now and learning from individuals that are blind just like me. So
I guess
it's a game changer for me.
it makes more it's more more what's that word I'm looking for? More innovating and more, because we've gone through, me, you, Carol, probably Pedro too, from the creation of technology. Remember back in the day when I was in the 80s, there was no iPhone or no technology, no internet really. But little by little, internet and then the cell, or actually the pager, then the cell phone and AI.
Mm.
So we've seen all that, in our lifetime.
Right,
Yeah,
Right.
right.
yeah. And what has been really good and helped our community out is the integration of these uh f- uh let's for TTS systems, text to speech within iPhones, within ATMs. I'm able to just pull up on the bank, hop out the car, walk up to the ATM, connect my headphones, make a deposit or a check deposit, whatever it is, withdraw money, and go back to the car without needing somebody to be over my shoulder typing in anything for me. Um, Able to do that, it's like a more independent, able to get online and go pay my bill or do some bank transactions or wire some money, all independently. It's a big game changer. Doing these things independently also helps you feel and live more a life. That you could be okay. I'm able to function. I'm able to do this on my own. It may be different. It may take a little time, maybe pulling up to every ATM may be slightly different and might be a little barrier. We always, as a blind community, we always encounter barriers and we always figure out some way around. And that's probably the next thing we gotta probably tackle. Why we cannot have, overall simplified, inserting like the questions on ATMs easy. Some ATMs you navigate a certain way. Man, I've been through different, you know what I mean? But I'm
Yes.
grateful for the technology, but it's more work to still be done. Able to just get on a computer. Now the public libraries are starting to have JAWS. So over here in Los Angeles, if your library don't have the JAWS program installed and all that, you can call and request them to get JAWS in their computer and they will install JAWS. And you could go to the library as a blind individual and use their computer if you need to.
Right, right. I mean, again, assistive technology has made a game changer for me. I mean, I remember when my wife passed away in 15, she was the person that paid all the bills and stuff like that. So, as a uh, it was important. I had to have somebody in place that could do that for me. So, one of my daughters was. She's okay, Daddy, I got you, and I just tell her, okay, pay this bill, pay that bill, right? As my bank account, went up and down, whatever, right? But now I do all of that. She doesn't do any of that for me anymore. Every once okay, let me get into this. Let me figure out how to pay my electric bill. Let me figure out how to pay my water bill. And, just going through those websites and whatever. And, like I say, there's always going to be barriers, but finding that workaround to where you can accomplish that task on your own. I mean, it's a great, uh, uh, satisfaction to be able to do that stuff. So anyway, that's the first one. So right quick, God first. Also say good morning and wish me a happy birthday as well. So thank you very much, God first. So let's get into a couple promos and then we'll jump into this second article. Did you know Blind United offers free training in assistive technology? We call them interest groups. We offer training in JAWS, NVDA, iPhone, iPad, as well as Meta Ray-Bans. We also have groups like support group, cooking groups, and crafting groups. There are also groups for entertainment like movie night and RS game night. For more information about all the interest groups that we offer, just email us at info@blindunited.org or visit our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Group. We would love to have you be part of the Blind United crew.
June 21st, got a vibe so right. Come through the service and a day tonight. It's Blind United, yeah, we're bringing the flair. Crafts and colors floating in the air. Jewels that shine, lotion so smooth. Mosaics, baked goods, handmade grooves. You don't wanna miss this artful affair. Blind made magic, love everywhere. Jewel that shine, lotion so smooth. Mosaics, baked goods, handmade grooves. You don't wanna miss this artful affair. Blind made magic, love everywhere. You want a table, just $25. Bring your vision, your craft, your luck. Vendors welcome, come show your pride. Let your work shine, let your soul ride. It's more than a fair, it's a moment to share with a community that truly cares. So email us now, don't miss your spot. info@blindunited.org, we got a lot. Jewels that shine, lotion so smooth. Mosaics, baked goods, handmade grooves. You don't wanna miss this artful affair. Blind made magic, love everywhere. So come vibe with the crew, enjoy the day. Blind United has got it set our way. June 21st, bring your smile and light. Art and love, yeah, we'll shine so bright.
All right. Yeah, if you live here in Southern California or willing to travel to Southern California, again, we're doing a crafting fair on June 21st. So it's only a $25 donation for a table. And bottom line, hopefully you might make $1 million. Who knows? I don't know what you're selling, but You're welcome to come sell it. We got all kind of folks. We're gonna be doing jewelry. We're gonna be doing all different kinds of stuff. I mean, jewelry, and then we got other folks that are. I heard somebody coming in is going. They know they do handmade moccasins. Man, I ain't had a pair of moccasins in a long time, but they were really, really comfortable. You know, stuff like that, belts, you know, just whatever people do at home, crafting, you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
didn't they use the Mr. David? Didn't they use the moccasins back in the 1800s?
No, I did not use them back in
Oh,
the
okay. I'm sorry.
1800s,
Okay.
but
Oh, I'm talking about the
George.
muskets. I'm sorry. That's the musket.
so, but anyway, if you want to be part of the crafting fair, get at us, info@blindunited.org, and reserve your spot. So, anyway, let's get into this next one. This next one is all about how AI has helped improve our independence.
Today on Coffee Time, opening new eyes, how AI is changing the lives of the blind community. Artificial intelligence is no longer just a futuristic buzzword. It's becoming a powerful everyday tool for the blind and visually impaired. From describing environments to reading documents and identifying people, AI is quietly reshaping how blind individuals live, work, and navigate the world. One of the most transformative areas has been real-time image and object recognition. Apps like Seeing AI, Be My Eyes, now powered by OpenAI's GPT-4, and Lookout by Google allow users to point their phone's camera at anything, from a street sign to a product label, and get instant spoken feedback. These tools are improving independence, especially in situations where human assistance isn't available. AI is also making strides in education and employment. Tools like screen readers powered by machine learning, such as JAWS with OCR support, and AI-powered document converters are helping blind students and professionals access printed materials, PDFs, and scan text faster and more accurately than ever before. Even wearable technology is getting smarter. Smart glasses with AI capabilities can now describe surroundings, identify faces, and guide users through busy environments, all through a discrete headset or glasses frame. However, with these advancements come important questions around access, affordability, and data privacy. As the technology grows, advocates continue to push for inclusive design and equitable access to ensure that the blind community isn't left behind. AI may not solve every barrier, but it's proving to be a powerful tool, offering more autonomy, more options, and new opportunities for blind individuals worldwide. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
Well, right quick, Anthony Martinez says good morning. So good morning, Anthony. We miss you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Uh, uh, Man, again, AI. I mean, I've been saying it since it was first released out here to us to start using. Well, since I heard about it anyway. Man, you need to get with it. There's a lot of great tools out there, you know, from apps on our phone like Seeing AI, Envision AI, Be My AI. You know, now with the Meta Ray Bans and these different wearables and stuff, all of these things got AI in them. You know, I mean, on our computers now, JAWS has its own AI. You know, before they had this actual AI, they had a Picture Smart, which was, you know, where you could dump a picture in there and it would give you a description about it. You could ask questions about it, you know, get even more in, you know, fine tune your answers, you know, get the description you're looking for, learn the fine details of the image, you know. So
Mr.
again,
David,
I'm all with the AI. Yes, George.
I'm going to ask you. Well, maybe Pedro would probably know better. Well, first of all, when was it this concept of the AI? When did it start, and how did it come to be? Right? Because what I mean by that is, you know, 5 years ago, pointing our camera at something and it telling us what it is was you know, was like what? Now it's normal, right? Like you're talking about the different apps. There's Speakaboo, there's PixieBot. Well, PixieBot's a little bit different, but still, it uses AI. But to me, it's just cool, right? Having that technology where we can point to literally anything. They'll describe it to us, and we could do follow-up questions. But I just wonder how that concept came to be. Like, we're gonna do. I don't know, not for in our how we use it, but the first initial concept of AI, right? How did it start, or why did it start?
Well,
Cool.
in society, I believe it started back with Hugh. Remember that movie with the AI
Mm.
and the spaceship and stuff? What was it? Odyssey,
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Space Odyssey, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think.
Star Trek, Space Odyssey.
Uh,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
Star Trek. It was Star Trek Generations. Then there was Star Trek's Space Odyssey.
Okay,
Uh,
okay, then there's that. But they had that episode with the robot, and and people were already, kind of seeing it. I don't know. It's like Hollywood sometimes has. It's like our imagination, and we bring it to reality. But think about it. We already were thinking about a robot that's a intelligence that's able to get you information, run certain tasks on the ship. AI runs certain tasks for us now. Now we with ChatGPT, as Ed is starting to find out, and the more you go deeper, you have these keys that you're able to hook up and make an AI agent to do tasks for you at a third party website and other services that you may use, like Gmail and Outlook.
right.
Hey,
So,
Pedro, I just thought of something, guys.
mm,
Remember that you were saying about Hollywood, Pedro? Maybe you're remember that movie, a series, Knight Rider?
mm-hmm,
Remember her kit?
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That was
the
Kit
kind of
was
car.
AI.
he was AI.
Yeah, there we
Hmm.
go.
It
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
I
car.
mean,
Hmm.
again, for me, being the old fart on the crew, I can remember back when I was a teenager, going with my parents, and AI then was more of a science fiction thing, right? It was, there was actually a movie about this guy that incorporated a computer into his home, and then next thing you know, his home took over, or I'm sorry, his computer took over his house. Turned him and his wife into prisoners.
Oh, yes,
And,
yes, yes, yes.
I think I talked about this once before. I mean, in the movie being science fiction, it actually created a device to impregnate the woman. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Whoa,
So,
Yes,
whoa,
I do
whoa, whoa,
remember
whoa, whoa,
that.
whoa.
oh yeah, that
So,
was crazy
Hmm.
back then.
so that was science fiction. That could probably happen now.
Yeah.
Well,
Probably
it's
could.
true,
Probably
but now
could.
there was other movies as well. I can remember a movie called AI, and it was about a little boy that
Yes,
was a robot. You know what I'm saying? He was never going to grow old. He was never going to get any older, right? He was never going
Right.
to grow up. It was
yes,
almost like a Pinocchio story, but within the AI realm. And
yes.
once he realized he was a robot, then the mother, I guess it was, she dropped him off out in the woods, like you would dump a dog or something, right? And then he had to find his way amongst the other robots. So I mean,
Don't give Lulu any ideas.
But yes, yes, the concept of AI and even in our in science fiction and even in motion pictures, you know, and now that it's in front of us, new questions has been introduced, new questions has been brought up. When when is a intelligence independent and has free thought? You know, I know we talk about AI, and the major AI corporations are pointing to generative AI, something that can match human intelligence or even maybe surpassed human intelligence.
Oh, wasn't it? There a study? Remember a while back, Pedro? We it was been maybe 2 months ago. There was
Mhm.
a university that did studies, and what they did, folks, intentionally, they have access to the AIs that are coming out the model. So what they do, they test it to make sure it doesn't give you like for example, how to build a bomb or how to do this or how to make this in a bad way, right? They test it, but they did this experiment where they asked a series the AI a specific question regarding something, and the AI actually lied to it.
yeah,
I'm like, wow, that's pretty. You know,
Well, they did a test, okay, and it's kind of popular. The um, they told the bot a AI. Here's the caption. Get through this caption. So the bot went and went to a website that does gigs, quick task, right? It hired a human, and here is where it gets crazy. The AI lied to the human and said, "I am blind.
Oh yeah,
Can
there
you
you
Right.
go.
help me pass this caption?" So the AI wasn't trained to lie and do this type of information. That information wasn't there. So, that was like what just happened,
Hmm.
there's been other experiments also in those realms that AI has done unexpected things.
That's scary, actually.
There's been
Yeah.
AI that they had two AIs that they were talking in tech, like in words, audible words, but they stopped and started doing beeps and other little sounds to communicate way faster because they thought human language is slow. But they had to stop the experiment. They had to stop that because they couldn't decipher what they were talking about, what's going on. So
Right.
they stopped it and slowed it down. So we're in the forefront of major things, and you know, even coming to our community implementation for the next generation of blind individuals that are coming up as blind young individuals, using this not to hinder them, but to excel them in uh in their in their life.
Right.
And when I mean not to hinder is um to them to write out and maybe just get some ideas, but write out reports and know how to format things, not just all depend on AI and hinder them on developing more skills. That's something we have to be, even in our young children that are not disabled. We need to in, ensure that they're learning from the AI and not just getting and here just copy and paste and that's
Right.
all they're
Pedro,
doing.
Right, using it as a tool, but not to describe or take away from their actual thought pattern.
Yes,
You
so
know, what
yeah.
I would really like to see. I mean, I don't know if you all have ever experienced it when you're going in the grocery store, just like these smart devices that we have, phones or what have you. I'd like for them to incorporate, like with the ATM, where you stick a headset in and I can actually make my own transaction without having to rely on someone visual with
No, you
this
can.
You
flat
can.
screen where you can pay for
You
my.
can.
Oh, I hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah.
uh,
Most
uh,
of
um
most ATMs nowadays,
No, no, no,
Carol.
no. I'm not talking about the ATM. I'm talking about when you're at the grocery store. If they'll have that,
Oh, you
where
talking
you
about
oh
check
self
out.
yeah.
checkout?
If
Yes,
you'll have it
Carol.
in that
Yes,
particular.
Carol. I
Yeah.
look for the headphone jack. Oh my god, that's what I've been wanting.
I've been wanting that as well, Pedro, because
Uh,
I have to rely on someone I really trust with my information to place it in that flat screen. Where we used to have it where it had that little dot on the five. So I could kind of, feel where my pen would be and I could cover it up with the other hand so no one could see it. But now I have to rely on someone visual to put that in there, whether I want money, cash back, or
Hmm.
how much, to press the green or the
right.
red button, this, that, or the other. I would really love I know it would probably cost a lot of money for the grocery stores or any other place where you have to pay.
Hmm.
I know they have to tap on a lot of the machines,
Well, they're gonna
but
be saving money because they eliminated somebody's job by putting that damn thing in.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but
well,
they're
no,
gonna
no,
have
I'm
to
not
get.
no,
talking
she's
about
talking
the
about the
self check.
payment kiosk
I'm not.
payment thing.
I'm not
Well,
talking about the
I
self
am
check.
as well. Even again, whether it's self checkout or whatever. Again, when it's the self checkout, there's somebody that's not getting an hourly wage to do that.
Right.
right?
I'm not talking about the self check. I'm talking about when I'm walking and there's actually a physical person that's sliding my
Or you
items
swipe your
across
card, Ed.
to be
Or you
Right,
swipe
I
where
your
you
got
card.
you.
actually.
I got you. Again, it's just not being able to deal with them touch screens in that manner, again, because they don't have speech. So,
But you know
uh,
what? The other day we went to Taco Bell, Mr. Davis. You're talking about your what you just said right now. You know, Taco Bell. Well, here in El Paso, anyways, it's an AI. When I first heard him, I heard the voice, and they're like, "Yeah, how can I help you?" I'm like, "That's a robot voice." And then my wife said, and she even messed up. She says, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I want this." And they go, "Okay." And I'm like, "Oh crap, that's AI." I'm like, "Oh, this just threw me
Mm-hmm.
off." Like, what the
Mm-hmm.
hell? You know?
I
It's
mean,
being
AI is
implemented.
everywhere nowadays. So,
Yeah.
it is literally everywhere right now. So, but anyway, let me go here. Tisha says, "Good Monday morning to everyone," and she said the movie I was talking about early on, the name is Demon Seed.
Demon
Uh,
seed. Oh
yeah,
wow.
so
Mm-hmm.
that's the one where the robot impregnates the
I had a,
woman.
I had a, a political. Never mind.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well,
So,
well, um, but what just to stay on track on the AI and what I'm seeing, what might start happening with people getting acquainted with their AI, just not in our community. But what I'm seeing is what I'm about to start doing is building a network, AI within my home network and secluding one chat and training that bot for my sons and my daughter to access that AI for help for school. So I'm gonna teach the bot to give them the information as teaching them instead of just providing the answer,
right.
and they only will be able to access that because there's been a lot of stuff. Even you got to be kind of aware of technology and stuff. This is new too.
But real fast, Pedro, talking about somebody, I think you, Mr. Davis, or Carol said about tools, and I had mentioned this before about critical thinking, that we don't want our kids to base their whatever they want to know about. I want to know when was the Civil War. Oh, I use AI to go search for it because I'll give you an example. Just going back to the 80s and 90s when I was at Kmart or 90s, calculators. I remember one time I was on the floor and they're coming to the front, and I went to the front, and the girl's like, "George, she wants to buy this, but what's 10% off whatever it was?" I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "You can't do 10% in your head. You need a calculator." And that's what I'm saying. Going now to AI, just want to make sure the kids don't use it as a tool, as a crutch. Like, oh, it's okay. I'll just use AI to, and not know, like you said, learn from that. Not just think, not just get it and write it down. Just learn.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, again, AI is a great tool, but again, just like a lot of other technology, I mean, I've said this before, even with like GPS systems, I know people, give me a ride home or whatever. They've been to my house 100 times, but yet every time I get in the car, what's your address? You know,
Right.
I mean, it's like, wait a minute. We don't know. We can't remember how to get to my house. I mean, come on now. But
Right.
it just makes people lazier, I believe. They
Yes.
just, they don't have to think about it. The phone will just automatically tell them, okay, make a right turn here, left turn there, get on this freeway, get off on that exit, whatever. They just comfortable with using that kind of stuff nowadays. So
Mr. Davis, real quick, when you were a trucker, how did you do it back in the day before all
we
this?
had map books.
Yeah. A
Okay.
map.
We
Map.
had
You
map
go to the
books.
gas
I
station
mean,
and buy a whole map. But
well, I mean, and again, here in California, I had what we call Thomas Guide, and I used
yes.
them. I had a different book for every county,
Oh wow.
but I mean, they also have a national atlas. Where when you're traveling across country, you can get the national map book, and it'll show you how to get from one city to the next, and which freeways, and alternate routes and all that kind of stuff. So that's the way we did it, but. Nowadays, they just program in where they want to go, and the computer in the truck tells them where to go. So,
Now there's a truck stop that drives themselves. I heard now.
well, I mean, again, the Waymo program is in the trucks in Texas. Actually, they're running from Dallas to somewhere, running up and down the freeway with not. I mean, the driver's in there, but he's not driving. He's just sitting there monitoring the Waymo system. So they're out there logging miles right now. So anyway, we're gonna move on from this. Let's get a couple more promos. We'll get into the last article.
You can go to customcane.com. That's custom with a K, guys. And what Custom Cane does is they sell cane and cane accessories. It's like Burger King. You can have it your way. You can get a pink cane, a blue cane, a rainbow cane, a Broncos cane, a Chargers cane, a cane with the Braille alphabet, a cane with your name on it. Whatever you want, whatever type of handle you want, whatever type of tip you want. If you want an aircraft aluminum cane, if you want an all-terrain cane, telescoping cane, any type of cane, Custom Cane has it. Do you need to talk? Are you struggling with your mental health? Are you struggling with substance abuse issues? Call the Orange County NAMI Warm Line. That number is 877-910-9276. That number again is 877-910-9276.
All right. Well, our last article is all about the importance, really, of learning to get with this assistive technology. So let's run this and then we'll talk it all the way to the end.
Today on Coffee Time, Assistive Tech and Independence, how blind united interest groups are empowering the community. For members of the blind and visually impaired community, assistive technology isn't just about convenience. It's a vital key to independence. From navigating a smartphone to writing an email or reading a book, technology has opened up opportunities that were once out of reach. But learning how to use that technology effectively, that's where support and training come in, and that's exactly what Blind United is here to provide. Assistive tech includes tools like screen readers, JAWS, VoiceOver, refreshable Braille displays, magnification software, accessible apps, and smart devices that respond to voice commands. These technologies help individuals handle daily tasks, find employment, attend school, communicate with friends and family, and participate in the world with confidence. But we know that technology can be intimidating, especially when you're learning it without sight. That's why Blind United offers a variety of interest groups designed to teach and support individuals at every level of their assistive tech journey. Whether you're just getting started with JAWS, exploring the power of AI, curious about smart glasses, or looking to sharpen your mobile skills, there's a group for you. These interest groups are more than just classes, they're communities. They offer a space to ask questions, get hands-on training, and connect with others facing the same challenges. With consistent guidance and peer support, participants grow their skills, gain confidence, and take control of their independence. So, if you're blind or visually impaired, or supporting someone who is, know that assistive tech is a pathway to freedom. And with Blind United by your side, you don't have to walk that path alone. What do you think? Has assistive technology made a difference in your life? Are you interested in joining one of our interest groups to learn more? Let us know in the comments below. Now back to the Coffee Time crew for their thoughts.
Well, again, the article really says it all. Again, learning this stuff is a must. If you want and value your independence, it's a must that you learn to be able to do that, right? Whether it's using JAWS or whatever the case may be, or whether it's using your phone or learning how to use your Meta Ray Bans, so on and so forth. This technology is up in the game for us and our independence. And at Blind United, we're just trying to do everything we can to help you learn that stuff. We got two gentlemen right here, Pedro and George. Again, they're both very, very wise when it comes to assistive technology, and they help facilitate us doing the free training that we do on the interest groups, right? I mean, we got another person or two that, help out with this stuff. But again, we're just trying to make sure that people don't get left behind. And I always say, like with this AI stuff, we need to learn how to use it before it learns how to use us.
Hmm. And
So
the cool thing about the groups, Mr. Davis, is that we have all different levels, right? We have from like the beginner iPhone, like what you do, and then what I do, and then when Pedro does, because Pedro's, I think, for my opinion, Pedro's more advanced, that me and you. But that's the cool thing about it. We have those different groups, those different discussions, and the cool thing about it is that you can sit there and ask questions like, okay, how do I do this and how do I do that, and you know, and then when you understand the importance of using technology in everyday life, it really makes a big difference. For example, in my case, when I go see my customers and they have that little aha moment, my wife was telling me, "Babe, you should have seen their face." That's what makes me go, right? I'm like, "Oh, cool. I get paid for it. I'm not gonna lie to you." But that's just a cool thing that someone has that door open. Like, oh wow, I can read my documents now. You
right,
know,
right, right.
you know?
Well, I mean, again, and we've got testimonies from people within our group, our interest groups, how it's changed them and allowed them to become more independent, and stuff like that. But again, it's not a matter of, like if you come in for, basic beginning AI, whatever, right? It ain't about, coming in and we just going to give you a lesson, right? Well, right now we're just, okay, what do we need to tell you? How can we make you feel more comfortable using it, right? And trying to get people comfortable using it, because the more comfortable you become with it, the more you're apt to use it. And then the more you use it, the more comfortable you actually become. And then now we get into actually how to use it, to benefit you, right? So again, AI is a great, great, great tool in Blind United and technology, assistive technology, period. I mean, JAWS. I mean, when I first started, I think I was on JAWS 11 or 12 or something like that. Now I'm on JAWS 25. You know, for those that don't know, it goes up every year. So, but again, from that version to this version, right? There's been a lot of changes, and you got to stay with that stuff. I mean, that's the only thing about assistive technology. You got to stay within that learning curve, otherwise you get left behind. So, anyway, I know, sure. I'm sorry, Carol, you're at the very beginning stages of this. I mean, right now you're basically just dealing with your phone and voiceover, but at the same time, I know you're looking forward to getting into some of this other assistive tech.
I really am. I mean, I think back, I retired in 2013 and I was losing my sight. I was working and I had at that time Zoom text, because I still could see, but just needed some magnification. And classes here in Dallas, Texas were offered because I was working. Uh, when I retired in, 2013, I still had some sight, but it was difficult to try to get in there for classes because they based things not because I was working, but on my income. And I was over income according to a lot of things that they had available. Here we are now. I lost my sight completely in 2021 and just trying to figure out how am I going to maneuver and still try to stay up with everything. A friend, Erica Kress, she introduced me to you all, Blind United. And my life has been, I mean, just totally, totally different because I didn't know what I was going to do. I needed so much help here in Dallas. I'm not downing Envision Dallas, formerly the Lighthouse for the Blind, but I could not get what I needed based on what they said was over income. And it just was nothing available, not consistently for me, because I still had to live every day without sight. So being introduced to these classes through Blind United, which are free, by the way, uh, has changed my life tremendously. No, I haven't learned JAWS because I don't have a computer. All of these things you have to gather. But I know that classes are available where I don't have to worry about financially figuring out how am I still going to learn this, that, or the other. Even with this phone, they still offer the training to me, but once every 6 months, that's not enough for me. Where I can come in every week for free with Blind United and learn how to maneuver through Siri, all of these smart apps, all of these different things that are available, just joining the interest groups. So if any of you are out there listening and you need help with anything, please, please, info@blindunited.org. Please, because I'm telling you, it will change your life. It has mine.
Miss Carol, what you were saying about free, I want people to understand that there's a lot of companies, a lot of people that say, "Oh, y'all help," but there's an X amount of money per session,
Yes.
and that's sad, right? Because like me, I won't. Even though I could charge, I have the credentials to do it. I won't. If it's on a one-on-one basis, now of course, if this is a referral from the state, of course. But to me, it's just the barrier sometimes that like you said, the income. But with Blind United, it's free, right? Like for
Yes.
example, my rate here was in the state was $75 an hour. I don't charge that.
It's
Nobody
80
charges
here in Dallas. If I need additional training, in between that 6 months of them setting me up for something that they're doing for free, then I have to pay $80 an hour. And the
Wow.
minimum is a 2-hour class.
Yep. Mhm.
And trust me, I can't comprehend anything in that length of time.
And not only that, but it was here. At least you could ask questions, right? You could, like we have a different. Let me go back to this. You have different levels. For example, if I don't know it, Mr. Davis or Pedro knows it,
Right.
or even Carol might know. So, like the cool thing about it, guys, was Blind United. There's different groups. I've learned. And I go back to this with you, Miss Carol, how to sweep without your shoes, right? Your feel
Right.
good. I never thought about that until you told me.
Right.
Like, okay, that's a good idea. But you learn stuff, and it's all. It's pretty neat. You get to know friends, people, and I like it.
Community
I love
based.
it. Mhm.
Yeah.
And what he's saying, you all, is I sweep barefoot. And the reason why I sweep barefoot is because if I can step on it, I know I missed it.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
but when I went to, Envision Dallas, they teach me to sweep everything in one corner. Well, if you can't see, how do you know if you're missing anything? I had to take my shoes off. And if I stepped on it, I know, oops, I missed that part.
Guys, that's why I have a smart vacuum. I just upgraded one. And hey, I could tell it sweep the kitchen, sweep the living room through Alexa, and it will go do it.
I
Oh,
just
wow.
don't want to be lazy. It's an exercise for me, Pedro. I'm not calling you lazy or anything, but and I'm grateful for the smart devices. I may get one eventually, but it's just something about I'm a cleaner. I love just cleaning.
Yep.
That relaxes me. Washing
Mhm.
dishes, it relaxes me. So physically trying to do something on my own, I don't want anything smart to take that away from me because it still makes me feel independent.
Or if it makes you feel accomplished, right? When you clean that room, you're like, okay, I know I cleaned pretty good. But
Yes.
again, and the thing with Blind United folks is that there's the variety of classes you have, from knitting to movies to podcasting to AI. Yeah, I mean, just the
Cooking
culture, cooking.
without looking,
Yep. Mhm.
traveling. If you like to put
Meta.
on makeup, which I don't, but all of that.
I mean, it's about trying to satisfy the needs of the community. Like Pedro said, this is a community-based thing. I mean, of course, at some point, I hope to be able to, pay folks like George and Pedro for coming in and doing what they do. But right now, everything is volunteer based. I mean, that's the only reason we'll be able to do this stuff for free, is because we have a large group of people supporting and believe in what we're trying to do, and they volunteer their time to come in and make sure that this happens, right? So, but the payment in that for us is, like Carol may call me today, Ed, I figured out how to pay my light bill, you know what I'm saying, from my phone. That's my payment right there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people being able to do something independently, you know what I'm saying? I mean, even with, we're talking about the technology. Carol, if you get a pair of them Meta Ray-Bans, Now you can just ask the floor, ask the glasses, hey, is the floor clean? It'll tell you, oh no, you got a whole pile of shit over in that corner.
Yeah, it won't lie.
So I mean, again, it's just technology.
And I can keep my shoes on.
Yeah, there you go. But you know what, Carol? I think my
and
mistake.
not worry about getting any cooties.
Well, not only that, but I
There you
think
go.
Carol, where I messed up when you told me that, I did it naked. So I think
Oh
that's
my
wrong.
goodness, Lord have mercy.
George broke a glass and he's like,
George.
"Oh, let me take my shoes off and let me sweep this up."
No, I don't do glass. No thank
Yeah, I'm messing around. Yeah, but for those that are newly blind, if you ever break glass, grab some napkins or a towel and just grab it all together. You know,
Yes.
don't just grab it with your bare hands. Even with the sighted people, you know what I mean?
I have plastic, no glass, all plastic.
For some
Well,
reason, the
there's-
background music remind me of Beavis and Butthead. Don't ask me why.
well,
Cool.
well, again, Blind United, we're just trying to be here for you. We're trying to give you a range of different things, that we, like you said, that we're doing, like I said, this old crafting fair that we did the promo for a little bit earlier, right? It all came from the crafting group. I mean, they wanted somewhere to go sell their stuff that they sit there and make every week. So, okay, well, no problem. Let's have a crafting fair, right? This different stuff. I mean, this week's movie, The Score, with Robert De Niro and Angela Bassett. It's a great movie,
Yes, it is.
So, I mean, again, it's like you say, it's a community, whether we're coming in and learning something or whether we're coming in to discuss, blind issues and how they relate to everyday life and, different stuff like that, or whether you're coming in to learn, how to put your lipstick on, whatever, or you want to come in and listen to a movie. Maybe you want to come play RS games. I mean, it's a great platform, you want to learn about the culture in other countries and stuff like that. So, again, we just got a wide range of groups. So, again, it's not all about education. That's the main purpose for doing it, is about the education. But again, all the other stuff is more about social and just creating awareness and stuff. So, anyway, we beyond our time. I want to thank everybody for coming in. Tisha, God First, Anthony. Appreciate y'all for commenting. Whatever platform you're on, please, always like, subscribe, share, comment, hit that follow, hit the notification bell, subscribe, whatever you can do on whatever platform you happen to be checking us out on, please do it. It really helps, and we really would appreciate it. So anyway, I want to thank Carol, George, and Pedro. As always, again, without we're a team here at Blind United. We say the Blind United crew, but we include you as part of our crew, but again, we all just, we work together and we try to, bring you stuff that you can truly use. So on that note, everybody, really do appreciate you. And hey, it's only Monday. We'll see
Enjoy
you
your
again.
birthday, Ed.
Hopefully, certainly will, Carol. I'm gonna do my best, sweetheart. So anyway, I'm gonna do as Carol says. I'm gonna get over here and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my birthday since I don't have an interest group tonight. And then we'll be back with you tomorrow morning. So everybody have a magnificent Monday, and we'll see you on the next one.